Who am I? The girls them sugar.
I'm cool.
All I know is I got 2 good feet, and I'm thankful for that because it's those out here who cannot say that same thing.
Right.
Right?
So I told you last time. I told you last podcast. I'm not about to sit here for the disrespect. If you ain't gotta hop around your house, you don't understand my struggle, bro.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about you.
No. Yeah, you was. No. Yeah, you was. You called me Quinto Kinte. I'm cool. No,
you can't the Stallion. you can't the Stallion, bro.
I'm going, bro. Nah, fuck no. I'm out, bro. I'm going. Man, shit, bro. Let me get a drink. Hold on.
Oh, that's what I was meant to segue into that topic, but I forgot that you actually hurt your foot.
Nah, you trying
but
to
look at that.
Look at that. You fucked me up. I'm not cool with that. You was definitely disrespected. Nah, you know my ankle fucked up.
I forgot all about that in the moment. I really was trying to segue into Meg Thee Stallion.
Got the rap on right now. You already know what it is, bro.
Did you have to get out you had to get out the car and hop around?
Bro, no, that was bad. That looked crazy, bro. Can you imagine being shot in the foot and fucking had a... Yeah, I don't know what they was thinking with that one. But surely they didn't know her foot was shot, but I don't know. Let's get into it, though, man. I don't even think we need to even explain a lot about it. I think it's best to say what we do know, and then we'll go from there as far as speculation, because that's all we can do at this point, speculate what happened.
Yeah.
So what we know right now as far as the situation between Tory Lanez, Meg Thee Stallion, and an unidentified woman, I'll leave her as that. I think we know it's one of Meg's best friends at this point, but unidentified woman. We know that they were driving on a car, some type of SUV truck type of deal, black one. There was a gun inside the car. 4 shots were fired from inside the car. One of those hit Meg in the foot. The police arrived after witnesses have called. They immediately found that vehicle. They pulled them over, got them both outside of the car. Tory Lanez first. He was laid down on the ground. They got Meg Thee Stallion out a little bit later. Took her to the hospital as a victim. Took Tory Lanez as a suspect. And the other lady was set free, as well as the driver. So that's kind of where we at right now. Like, it's a short clip, but that's what we know right now at this point. So do you want to go kind of reaction? Because we got the 50 Cent stuff that was coming out that people were saying we know how he gets on Instagram. We got Meg Thee Stallion coming out, kind of explaining it a little bit. We got Meg Thee Stallion's bodyguard coming out, her producer or manager coming out. I'll try to put all those tweets up somewhere on the screen as we talk about this. But which way you want to start first? There's a lot to go on, and we can get into speculating.
Well, I really don't want to. I don't want to speculate just because we won't get the truth. Like, it's an ongoing investigation, and right now they're saying nobody is cooperating. Mm-hmm. So Tory was arrested for the concealed firearm, and it's looking like that's all he'll be charged with. Meg and her friend have come out to speak on it a little bit, just alluding to like, yo, I'm really going through something. Like, y'all might find this funny online, but like, I legit got shot in the foot by somebody who intended to do me harm. So if anything, I think her side of the story will come out eventually, but it probably will be a while before we actually know what happens there. I just think that Tory Lanez has what I call the Chris Brown syndrome, bro. And I think that before this incident, like, Tory Lanez was having an incredible year. Like, we talked about it many a times on this podcast with the quarantine radio, with all this work he was doing in the community, with how a good album that he put out for him becoming independent. Like, literally, his trajectory was going straight up. Just like Chris Brown. Like, Chris Brown was like the chosen one when he came in, and it's like, bro, he's going to be the next Mike. He's going to be this. He's going to be that. But they both always had a chip on their shoulder for whatever reason. Like, Chris had a chip on the shoulder just because he wanted to be better than MJ, and he wanted to do this, and he had sometimes these unfair comparisons, and he didn't want to be this squeaky clean guy. He wanted to be the bad boy, and we see how that kind of turned his career, and it kind of, I think, impeded on his potential. Whereas though Tory Lanez always had something to prove. It always came off as a little bit insecure, even going back to before he blew up, where he had a $10,000 challenge to Drake to say, if you listen to my mixtape, I know you'll love it, or I'll give you $10,000. When it came to him dissing Drake and then eventually them becoming friends just to get his attention. When it came to his diss spree or this battle spree when he was going back and forth with Jordan Lucas and Don Q, even calling out people like J. Cole and Royce da 5'9". it's always looking like he has something to prove. Even when he dropped the album Memories Don't Die and he talked about almost getting into a fight with Travis Scott, and then somehow, some way, a couple weeks later, the video footage drops of them about to fight. It always seems as if he's trying to prove something. And if it comes out to say that he actually shot Meg Thee Stallion because they got into an altercation, it's just like, it just kind of, it falls in line with what we've seen from him in the past. And I think this is kind of his biggest downfall, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, this one tough, right? Because I don't want to condemn or put any validity to an accusation at this point. I don't know enough information. I don't know if enough information to say Tory Lanez shot her. I don't know if somebody was robbing the car. Again, that's why I'm saying speculate, because I don't really know what happened. All I could do is try to create a scene. I don't think we're going to find out for a long time. Police have said witnesses are not cooperating with them as far as the people that are in the vehicle or outside the vehicle that saw the situation happen. Nobody's actually cooperating with them to say what happened. So we won't find out for a long time. But for Tory Lanez to be going on such a good track, that's why I could see the opposite of why would he then turn around? Because yes, he has had all those things happen in his past, right? But in the last year or two, he's been almost always positive about these situations, right? I don't see that same aggressive nature that I've seen with him that he's had back in 2014 to maybe 2018, something like that. I don't see those type of situations happening in his life anymore. So I don't see why he would give that all up, that type of persona, that positive trend that he's going toward. I don't see why he would give that up now for an argument. Now, alcohol may have been involved, weed may have been involved. I'm not sure. That tends to change you a little bit, but I don't see why he would do that. So I don't want to believe that he did until I find out the truth, right? I don't want to believe either way. I don't believe he want to believe he did shoot her. I don't want to believe he didn't. I'm just saying I don't know as of right now. All I can do is speculate on the information that I got, right? And so there was a lot of jokey jokes on the internet. So I think that's kind of what we want to address, because 50 Cent kind of had a picture of the Ricky. I don't want to laugh at it because I'm a little right now, but I don't want to laugh at it. I ain't gonna put it up either, But Meg Thee Stallion came out, and I'll put this tweet up, is basically saying like, hey, like, black women are attacked kind of like daily on the internet, and we don't feel protected. We don't feel like some of our black men are protecting us, and we feel like some of our black men are actually participating in this type of stuff when we are going through this struggle. This is a problem, right? And this is a big problem. I don't want to get too deep because but we've talked about this even when we had our guest on, which my cousin Shantae, when we had her on, she even said that it's like, hey, we don't really feel protected by y'all. Like, we don't feel like y'all are in this with us completely. So how do we get that? How do we change that? I guess I should say, right? Because we on here right now, we got our platform. What can we say first in support of Meg Thee Stallion? Maybe we should talk about conversations like that.
Well, I think that's kind of why I had that criticism of Tory Lanez. It is not to condemn Tory Lanez, but just to show the pattern of what this type of mentality does. When I talk about him showing off that insecurity, when I'm showing off that like trying to prove something, it leads to situations like these. And it's not to say that Tory is a bad person. It's just to say that this type of effect in the community is more common than we may think. So it's like a couple, and again, I don't want to keep speaking on it because it seems like I'm coming at him, but he said in the interview not too long ago that he's like, I don't want to go anywhere if I need a gun. And then it comes to find out like he gets arrested with a concealed firearm. So it's like we kind of have to be mindful of like what type of situations are we putting ourselves in? Are we putting the black women that are around us where we don't feel safe enough to take them there without a gun? You know, like they were like, looked like a couple hours earlier partying with at Kylie Jenner house or whatever like that. So it's like, without knowing the whole situation, I can't really say what he did or didn't do to protect Meg Thee Stallion without getting into if he shot her or not. So it's like you really just it's kind of hard to kind of piece those two together with me. What I would say is just as a man, you got to be able to get your success and then have your own mission. Because it's like whatever you're doing it with it, like, yeah, we know like this podcast isn't as big as other podcasts out there, but I'm not gonna go out here and just create issues or create this or whatever just so I can get that look or get on the same page with them. And I'm not going to get further by tearing another person down. Like that's like kind of like a crab in the bucket mentality. So it's like I'm just going to stand on mine. I'm going to do what I do and then build what I need to build, take care of who I need to take care of. And then whatever that may be for me, that's good enough. I'm not comparing myself to the next person. I'm not trying to compete with the next person. I'm just trying to be the best version of me. And in that, I found my most success. So it's like when I say that the chip on the shoulder mentality, it's okay if that's an internal motivator. But once that starts to impede with your progress, once that starts to visibly tear down your career or create setbacks, then that's something we need to be mindful of.
I like that. That's a good lesson for anybody, not just in like arguments in general. But well, listen, man, we've been serious all pod. All pod, we've been serious, bro. What the fuck happened to that car, bro? Like what could possibly be the argument that would cause Tory Lanez to shoot Meg Thee Stallion in the foot?
Well, Tory Lanez was like, bro, I'm tired. I want to go home. She's like, no, Tory, we're going to a club.
Right, now we get to the nitty gritty, all right?
And he was like, no, I want to go home. I'm sleepy. And she was like, no, Tory, sit your ass down. And he stood up, and then she stood up, and he was like,
he realized what to do.
Oh, that's why they call you the Stallion, huh?
Stallion. Oh, you meant that. Oh, you meant that. You meant that. Oh shit. Yeah, okay. All right. Or maybe, just maybe Tory Lane been hitting that thing. Meg Thee Stallion said, listen, man, it's a hot girl summer, so I got it lit. So I'm about to go back to these streets. After this, I ain't fucking with you no more. Tory Lanez knew that thing was crazy. He didn't want to leave it. Got mad. This is where we at, bro.
Nah, you don't shoot her in the foot, bro.
Nah, see what happened was he stood up, but she was so tall that when he was trying to aim, he wanted to aim kind of low, like maybe like a thigh or something. She got a lot of thigh meat, but he was so short he actually hit her in the foot.
Bro, you see that video of him freestyling on Sway? And he got out the chair and he was the same height.
His feet was
That's how he was in the back. She's like, no, you're not having a hot girl summer. She's like, what you gonna do? And then he stood up and then he was trying to assert himself, but she thought he was still sitting down.
You know what's crazy? He probably stood up and didn't even have to bend down in the car.
That's what I'm saying, bro. The fact that he was 5'3", listed as like $120, $130, she probably was handling him like.
Oh, she probably. Meg Stallion was probably fucking him up. She was probably fucking him up.
No, this all
in real life, like $120.
No, I don't know what it was. I don't know, bro.
No, it was like $1. I don't really want to. Like, I already want to laugh at the man attributes, but
you literally made us go into this video.
I don't want to, though. I want to. I got to.
That's literally what you made us do, bro.
I told you, man. What Killer Mike said. He don't want to do this. He don't want to be here, but he got to, bro. So
we don't have to be. You want to be here. You intentionally drove this car here, bro.
Yeah, bro, we can't be. I don't want to have a serious conversation about this. Shit is ridiculous. Like I do, but I don't. We had that. This shit is ridiculous, bro. What the fuck happened, dog? Like that's all I can think in my head. Like what the fuck could have possibly happened? I don't know. He was trying to get the threesome. You seen that dude with the Lakers jersey on? Just the super dusty dude. He's just like,
she's like, no, you giving me Nelly.
I'm trying to have a threesome. She's like, no.
My mother, I just wanted to get your outfit. With the DC chain?
Yes.
Oh my, yeah, 23, yeah. Let them know what's going on.
Yeah. It was good though.
Yeah.
But yo, check this out. We trying to do a threesome.
I'm all right.
You giving me Nelly, okay?
You get what you say? You give me Beyonce. You gave me Beyonce. I'm telling you, bro. That's what happened. He pulled up. He said, "Yo, I'm trying to get 3." She said, "Nah, I'm good."
That's fun. You wild.
Here we at, bro.
You a wild boy, man.
But that's a crazy ass story, bro. But as to Meg Thee Stallion, man, as my fellow 1-footer for the next few weeks, man. It's hard out here. It's hard out here for just 1-footers, man. Y'all don't know what stairs is like when you got 1 foot, bro. When you got 1 good foot, you got to get up them stairs, and there ain't no guardrail, so you just got to all the way up, bro. You
That
don't know
twerk gonna hit different when she can't plant her foot, dog.
the one-legged twerking. The one-legged twerk game. I tell you what, the one leg gonna be crazy when she get both legs. Man.
Oh, it's all side pictures from now. It's
No,
all side.
the one leg gonna be Meg, the one-leg stallion, bro. That shit gonna be crazy. But nah, bro.
Just do it, bro.
Let's get into these positivity challenges, bro. You got anything else on that?
No, I didn't have that on that. Like that was all, I didn't want to do that. I don't want to joke about it, but literally sit the last 20 minutes.
We gotta get the jokey jokes on, bro. I gotta get the jokey jokes on.
Oh man.
Had to. Nah.
Who am I? The girls them sugar.